Hey everyone, in this tutorial we're going to be talking about the basics of character morphing. So essentially the end goal here is to recreate the kind of dude you see on the screen here. Looks like he's an extra from the Magic Mike movie or something like that. We're going to talk about musculature, how you can morph the body in various ways, and also how you can emphasize certain body traits like the muscles by using normal maps and stuff like that. So let's stop all this nonsense and let's go back into the character creator. We're going to start with our base template right here, which is our base female. And we're going to be using the morph section exclusively in this tutorial. So we just go over to the morph section on the top here. And in the morph section, we have full body morphs. You can see both the head and the body. We have various ones we can use. Say, for example, I want to change to a heavy female from this male right here. We can select the heavy female, and that will change both the body and the face, as you can see there. And from there, we can choose like a heavier set male. And there's all sorts of different male presets, morph presets that come free with the character creator. Let's go down to the strong male here. If we use this strong male template, you can see this would be an interesting template to start from since our character is fairly muscular. But what I'm going to start from essentially is we're going to use the heavy male template. And I'll talk about why in just a sec. We're going to be mainly trying to get a more of a larger heavy set guy, but we can actually... It's easier for us to add musculature to this heavy set dude than it is for us to add weight to the strong male. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But under the morph section, we also have heads where you can morph, change the head separately. So if I want to change to like a base female head, we'd have this strong male body, or this heavier set male body with a base female head, which looks kind of strange. We can also use various male or female templates. What I'm going to do is just choose a generic male facial morph template right there. We're going to apply that to our character, and that's where we're going to start from. And then we can go to the body. Now under the body we have the separate morphs like I mentioned before. These are the ones that come free with the character creator. If you go into the Essential Morphs folder, if you've purchased the Essential Morphs folder, you'll have various other morph presets that you can just double click and add to your character. So they have those we have those for the full body, for the head, and for the body just itself. So there's like thin female, thin male, old heavy male, and all sorts of various presets that you can use here as well. We're going to work with what we have right now, and there's also teeth and eyes, which we'll get into in a separate tutorial as well. So let's work with what we have here. And as you've probably noticed if you've used the character creator at all, when you mouse over certain parts of your character, you get these yellow highlights. Now these are for adjusting the morphs of your character's body parts. So if I wanted to, for example, make his shoulders a little bit larger, I can select his shoulders there, and I can move my mouse up and down to adjust those right there. Let's move this modify panel open a little bit more so we can see everything. Maybe not that much. Let's just go over here and move so we can see more of our sliders there. So if I select, for example, our character's neck, you can see it automatically just automatically selects the torso of our character right there. We can move the mouse left and right, and you can see the neck size slider on the right-hand side there in the modify panel going up and down. And we can zoom in a little bit closer here. So again, left and right will change the neck thickness right there. If we select it and we move our mouse up and down, that'll change our neck length. And of course, you can actually go here and adjust the neck length with the sliders as well. Now, with the free version of Character Creator, you will have all of these sliders right here. If we go up to Currently Used, these are the sliders. These are all the sliders that we're currently using with our character. So there's tons of sliders for both the face and the character's body. And if you want to narrow that down a little bit, you can go to the different body sections, like Full Body, and you can see these are the full body sliders that we're using, Heavy and Bodybuilder. So like I mentioned before, it's easy for me to add musculature onto this character simply by increasing the Bodybuilder right there. Or I can also increase the fitness slider as well. So we have a heavier guy, but he's very fit. He's like a very fit, heavy guy. And what I'm going to do here before we move any further is I'm going to actually give this guy the correct skin color. So we're going to go over here to the skin section, and I'm going to go to my Essential Skin Pack. And you can also do this by just adjusting the tone value in your skin. We have other tutorials on how to do that. But I'm just going to be using this Athletic Male template. So we'll just select this guy right here. And so now we have a black character with the same features. And let's get rid of the body hair first of all. So let's go into our appearance editor over here with our actor selected, activate appearance editor. And the easiest way to remove the body hair is just go to your skin body down here, go to miscellaneous, body hair, and there should be a slider for opacity for your body hair. Just take that all the way down, wax on, wax off, If only it were that easy to get rid of body hair, but let's go ahead and just keep it that way because this guy's going to be like a Magic Mike type dude, like I said before. So back to our morphs. Okay, so we have the full body, we have the arm. These are the arm sliders, hand sliders that we're using. And these are the basic sliders, like I mentioned, that come with the free version of the character creator. If I select torso, for example, we just have these torso sliders. And if I mouse over certain areas, like for example his waist right here, it'll select that waist width. I can select his pecs, for example, and increase that, or take his pecs like this and change the bust size. We can also change the lats, the chest width over here as well. You can see the slider moving right there. However, if we select show sub items, you'll see a whole bunch of other items come up here. And that's because we also, under this chest item, we have the Essential Morphs pack right here. So the chest item also contains all these various other sliders because we have the Essential Morph pack installed. If you only want to see the Essential Morph pack, just click Essential, and these are the ones that are included exclusively with the Essential Morph pack. If you select chest and you deselect show sub items, these are the ones that are included with the basic free version. So say for example we had our full body selected, or our actor selected here, our body selected, and we want to show all of the items under the body item right here. We can select show sub items and you can see a whole bunch of sliders pop up right there. We can actually use the search field to narrow that down. Say for example I only wanted to have sliders that have the word neck in it. So I can go up here to the search field and type in neck. And then we can see we have neck length and neck size. We can go in here and type in chest, and we have chest depth, scale, and chest width, and everything like that. And so on and so forth. So that's an easy way to search for specific items as well. Now let's go into those full body sliders, and let's take off the show sub items because we're only using these 3 sliders right here. Now say for example, I wanted to keep my bodybuilder slider the way it was, but I wanted to reset my fitness and my heavy. Now what I can do is I can put this lock onto the bodybuilder, and once it's locked, if I go down here and press reset, these will reset back to normal, and my character will go back to his bodybuilder type right there. We can unlock it and then go to reset, and it'll go back to the generic character with like absolutely no musculature at all. So we probably want to increase that a bit and go back and increase our heaviness and the fitness level as well. And that's how you can lock various morph sliders once you reset everything else. And that is context dependent on which category you're in as well. Every different slider has a lock, and every different slider also has this heart as well. So if we select this heart, that means it's part of our favorites, which is up here. Currently I have 3 favorites: chest scale, chest width, and pectoral height. So for example, if we just love to modify our character's pecs, we can have these 3 favorite sliders. And if we type in, like, we go into actor, or rather body, show sub items, and just type in chest, you can see we have chest scale and chest width already favorited right there. If we wanted to add chest depth into there, we can click on that, and the heart becomes filled. And then if we want something like shoulder, we can type in shoulder, and we want to favorite shoulder scale, shoulder size, we can do that, and then go to favorites, and with our search field empty there, we should be able to see all of them. Okay, we can change our shoulder scale like that as well with that slider. So that's really all there is to the morph sliders. Now, say for example we want to change this character's ethnic appearance. Let's go in and take a look at his face right away, and let's change his eyes a little bit. Let's change his eyes to brown eyes. So we'll go down here, select our brown eyes. We can replace the material, or we can replace the mesh. It doesn't really matter at this point. And we can maybe, for example, take his nose, widen his nose a little bit, take the width of his nose, or bridge of his nose there, and widen that as well. We can maybe enlarge his lips a little bit and stretch them out a little bit. And then give him like some stronger cheekbones as well, something like that. And maybe make his eyebrows look a little bit more aggressive. We can go to brow over here, and we don't want to show sub items right here. We can just change the brow angle like this and make him look a little bit sadder, or upset, or more aggressive like that if we want as well. And maybe go to the side and give him a bit more of a bridge to his nose there, a more aggressive nose. And you can have fun all day with that. But those are the basic sliders that you can use. Same procedure for the body sliders and the face sliders. Now let's take a look at how we can add some surface detail to this character by using our normal maps. Now to do that, let's go over here to our appearance editor. And what I want to do is click on my character's skin body. And let's go down into the skin body and select the skin item right there. Now we have a section here called body surface normals. Now if I select body surface normals, I have 3 sliders, one for age, you can see the result there. One for skinny, that really defines the skeletal features of our character, or we have one for strong as well. If we make the strong one, if we increase the strong one, he gets like really jacked, really well defined. This guy's looking scarier by the minute. And then we can also go here to our skin and our body base as well. If we want to change the tone of our character, we want to make him like, lighter or darker, we can do that as well right here. The variation, I like to keep that on, especially if you want to define musculature, because it's kind of like an ambient occlusion. You can see a slight difference right there as well. So this guy's already pretty jacked, but we can do one more thing to make him to really define that musculature a little bit more. Let's go down all the way here in our body base. Let's go down all the way here to our specular CL, which stands for contrast and lightness. We can decrease our contrast value to really like oil this guy up, increase the lightness, and now you can see the musculature is very, very well defined. We get a really beautiful reflection, specular reflection on the character's muscles, and it really looks like he's oiled up or he's been dancing all night or something like that, which is kind of the result we're going for. We really wanted to emphasize that musculature. And you can mess around with the various normal sliders and the body sliders to your heart's content as well. But let's give this guy some clothing first of all. Finally, we give him some clothing. Let's go to our clothing here. Let's give him just some pants. We'll use these, male stripper pants. I think that's fine. Or the leather pants, whatever you want to call them. And then we'll go ahead and give him some boots as well. These boots will work fine. We'll just use like boots B. Now, one final thing that we don't have with the regular morphs is if we go back to morphs here, let's go select our morphs and let's go to our actor. And we can search for, maybe show sub-items first here. And let's search for height. Height is something that's not included, let's go to body. Height is something that's not included in the free version. It's included in the essential pack. And we can increase or decrease this character's height. I think we should probably increase this guy's height because he's a big bad dude. And I think we can even just take his head, select his head here. We don't want to show sub-items. Let's just select his, we want to take off the height there. Let's take off that height, select our character's full head, and we have head scale, because I think his head's maybe a little too small for his body. We can increase his head scale slightly there, and, take up his shoulders a little bit as well if we wanted to. Just increase that shoulder size. This guy's really scary looking. He's getting scarier looking as we go along here. So we'll just, take his muscles and make them even bigger. Let's make those lats a little larger too as well. Just expand that. So this is one scary looking dude. Now if we want to export this guy to iClone, we can do that by going to sending him directly to iClone, or we can save him as a separate iAvatar. So let's select Export iAvatar. We have the option here to adjust all the various values for our resolution output. If we want like very detailed resolution, we can use 2048 by 2048. But the general real-time texture output is 1024 by 1024. So you can just keep it at that value right there. We'll call this guy Bad Dude. And save him to our desktop there. And let's go down to our desktop. You can see Bad Dude right there. Let's go into iClone. We can bring in Bad Dude next to the other Bad Dude. Right there. So we have some badass looking twins. Let's delete the original character right here. And, this character, we can apply any sort of dance to him, or we can select him and give him the threatening motion that we have, the threatening walk we have in the motion puppet, like this angry walk right here. There you go. You probably wouldn't want to see this guy coming at you. We can record a couple seconds of that. And, that's probably something you wouldn't want to see in a dark alley. And you can see his muscles are a little too big for the default motion. So what we can do is we can, take this character, edit motion layer, we can take his shoulders, make sure that mirror is selected, and use the rotate tool and rotate his arms outward like that. And then we can close that down, and that'll just make his arms a little bit further out for the entire motion. Now he's looking really bad right here. So yeah, something you wouldn't want to see coming towards you at any time really. So that's basically it for the essentials on morphs. Again, you can use the sliders or use the mouse overs to modify your character's body. And just remember those locks and the favorites and everything like that. You can reset stuff. And also using normal maps and specular values to really emphasize musculature and give your character that really greased up appearance. So that's it for this tutorial, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.